Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back again. And topic hadn't changed all that much because I only talk about the injustice and the wrong and the unfair and the disenchanting and the disenfranchisement I see in the world. So this topic keeps me focused squarely on the White House, unfortunately. So here we go again. First things first. Samantha Bee was right about Ivanka. She is a feckless, worthless piece of... Not even gonna get me to say that. She's worthless. Worthless. She touts herself as a champion for women and children. And it took seeing pictures from the border before she could say anything. It makes me feel like it's disingenuous from the very beginning. I don't think she cares about anybody but herself and her own people. I don't think any of those Trumps care about anybody but themselves and each other and whatever agenda they're trying to get pushed. I think they're, as a family, the greatest fraud that's been pulled over on the United States of America. We got a president that only became president because of the help from the Russians. And I'll say it, yeah, the Russians helped him. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. That's why he has yet to say anything about it. Because he knows acknowledging it proves that he didn't do it on his own. He keeps saying Democrats are mad because we lost an election that we should have won. Yeah, you're right. We should have won it, and we won it. We would have had it won were it not for those pesky Ruskies. You know, so I'm going to start calling him Donald J. Putin because he clearly is the stepson of Vladimir Putin. He wants to be a dictator so badly. He wants to show strength so badly. But wait, see, he doesn't understand what real strength is. See, he thinks strength is bullying your way to get what you want. But what he doesn't recognize is that true strength is the ability to show restraint. It's easy to restrain others, but do you have the strength to restrain yourself? People talk about our Muslim brothers and sisters, and I'm going to use a word that's within their lexicon. I'm going to use the word jihad. According to the Quran, there are two jihads, the greater jihad and the lesser jihad. The greater jihad is the hardest one. It's the jihad, it is the war within oneself. Within oneself. See, what you don't realize is you're evil at your core. All of you. All of us. Evil is at the core of us. It takes great pains to suppress the evil within us and allow the kind, loving, gentle, nurturing humility inside of us to come out. It's easy to call people weak because they care. It took seeing and hearing crying babies crying for their mothers before he realized how damaging his policy is to human beings. And for that I say, shame on you, Donald Trump. Shame on you. I can't even remember the stupid woman's name, the Homeland Security Secretary. Shame on her. Shame on that puppet Mike Pence for standing there, that worthless vice president we have, who I used to respect. I used to respect. But now I see he's just as shameful as all of the others. Shame on all of you. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I'm going to continue speaking out to power. I'm going to continue throwing truth into the face of power until they shut it down. Because they're going to shut me down eventually when I start hitting close to home. They're going to shut it down. We already know that. You notice he's in his wheelhouse now. Nobody's talking about Mueller, but guess what Mr. Mueller's doing? Mr. Mueller's still working behind. He got his head down working behind the scenes. because they're going to get you, Mr. Trump. They know what you did. We all know what you did. And you will pay for it. The American people will win this. You will not pass this fraud over on the United States any longer. So all I can say at this point is just stay focused. Stay focused. Watch, they're going to change the narrative on everything. They've been blaming this on the Democrats. Even though the Republicans are all in power, they run the House, they run the Senate, they're in the majority in the Supreme Court. They have a majority of governors. They have the majority in all the state houses, state assemblies. They have a majority in the entire country. And they're still trying to blame Democrats. You are in power. You want to be the powerful, you want to be the man, here's your chance. Do something with it. Do something with it. But all you're going to do is try to do something to feed your 32% of America. That's your base. Your 32%. That's the only part of America you seem to care about. It's not until you're embarrassed by what your work did on that border that you actually did something. You got all these people lying, saying, oh, the president is powerless to do something, until he did something today. Now, we'll see what he actually did, but my guess is it's not nearly as much as he's touting. That would be my guess. But no details ever comes out on what he does because he's not a detail-oriented person. So on that note, I'll say take care of yourself and each other. God bless.